Finishing out my double feature from Promising Young Woman, I saw News of the World, a new Tom Hanks Western that's out. Directed by Paul Greengrass, this isn't exactly what I had expected. Paul Greengrass is known for movies like The Bourne Ultimatum, United 93, 22 July, Green Zone. He did, and he previously worked with Tom Hanks on Captain Phillips. So he's known for really your in the moment documentary style, like shaky cam. This is, he's a very exciting filmmaker. So this was a huge departure from that style for him. Knowing absolutely nothing about the movie, I was excited to see it just because it was directed by him and it was starring Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks is one of those actors who, I don't care what the movie's about, I'm going to see it because he's one of the greatest actors living today, and I love him. He's America's dad. So this movie was about a Civil War veteran who agrees to deliver a girl who was kidnapped by the Kiowa people, this Native American tribe from when she was really young, and raised as a Native American, back to her family, her German family, who had lost her. And as he goes on this journey to bring her back to her original family, he meets all the horrible situations and scenarios and landscape hurdles from the old Wild West. I couldn't help but think of the movie, the Seth MacFarlane movie, A Million Ways to Die in the West, because of how horrible it was to live on the Western frontier when that was all happening. But this was right after the abolition of slavery, and he is traveling through these towns who were not cool with that. So it's takes place in the South. He's a storyteller. He's a newsreader. He takes all the newspapers from different places, especially the North, and he goes all around the South and he reads the news. So this was very topical in a way where it's kind of like the whole fake news thing that we're going through right now, is how what regions that he goes through that doesn't want to hear the news he has to read or wants him to read the news that they make up themselves. So it's very relevant to what's happening today, but also takes place back in the 1800s. It just shows how nothing changes and history repeats itself and human beings are awful and we don't deserve this beautiful planet that we're living on. So that being said, I wouldn't recommend this to the everyday casual moviegoer. I would recommend this to people who love Westerns, people who love cinema. It was beautiful to look at. I was kept in it because of the gorgeous scenery, the cinematography. It was beautiful. The performances were really well done. And it's a Western though. I love Westerns, so I liked being in that spot. But there wasn't very many exciting parts to this movie. There was a cool kind of Old West shootout type thing that perked me up in my seat. But regardless of that, it's just a long drama about the connection between this man and this little girl, which was really sweet, really well done, and I enjoyed it. So cinephiles, I'm sure, will find a lot to love about this movie. But if you're just like, oh, let's put on a Tom Hanks movie on a Friday night, it's a bit slow.